Here in round 1, we're going to keep this hand. I don't want to use the Evolving Wilds until I find a black mana so I can find our blue mana off of it, but I don't really feel safe getting a blue mana off of it until we've seen our black mana. So we got to keep this hand, though. I think this hand's actually pretty good. On the draw, got a turn 1 play. Alright, well, I guess next turn is a pretty important one. Because if next turn we can find a black mana, we're in really good shape. Alright, black-white life gain. Did pass some pretty late Colostria healers or whatever. This is challenging. Playing the Evolving Wilds. How safe is it to crack for a blue? It's not super safe. If I don't crack it at all and I draw a land, then I can't play my Sifter, which is a bit of a problem. Could just block with the Blister Pod here to get the ramp. And that way, if I draw a land, I can actually play Wanderer, which is pretty good. I think I'm just going to take 1 damage, though. I want to use Bone Splinters for good value. Guess we're going to find a black mana in this one. All right. Then got the... Well, that's okay. It's not a huge deal. We'll play the Sifter now. Sifter lets us double block an Endless One with a Blister Pod and the Sifter to... He can kill the Sifter, but we scry, or is it another one? No, it's another... So we wouldn't get to scry, but it's still... It's a worthwhile trade since we have Bone Splinters in hand. We trade a good card for a good card. Alright, that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, if he wants to make the trade, I'm okay with that. I think this is a good trade for us. We're basically... Sifter's good, but we're ending up ahead on this. We're trading our uncommon for a rare... And we netted a Scion token out of it. I think it's worth it. I can play Eyeless Watcher here. Probably just do that. Doesn't leave him with a particularly good attack with his Dominator drone. We just block with Watcher and a Blister Pod. Okay. Yeah, probably just Bone Splinters that, because he can gain life and fly over, so don't really need to worry about that. All right, there's our 4th mana. So I guess we can go Woodland Wanderer plus Bone Splinters, which I think is fine. Might actually just want to sack the Eyeless Watcher. But no, I guess we sack the pod. That's fine. We get another dude out of it. So kill that. Wanderer, which is a 4/4. Otherwise, I can wait on that, but getting a 4/4 Vigilance Trample seems pretty good right now. guess he can double block. So I could have waited on that, but otherwise I just play a snapping Gnarlid. Yeah, maybe that would have been better. Alright. Things gonna get big. Does that mean he has Lithomancer's Focus? That's how I read it. Ooh, Kiora. Yeah, we'll play Kiora here. I don't have double green for Brood Monitor yet, but we'll play Kiora. That's... Yeah, and then we even get to play Snapping Gnarlid too. It's pretty awesome, actually. Oh, and then next turn we can play Brood Monitor. That's pretty cool. All right, well, let's try and ride a Kiora to victory here. I feel like we can protect her pretty well. So Blood Bond's going to get bigger. That's okay, though. Doesn't have great attacks, that's for sure. Alright, Griffin's going to be able to get in on Kiora, unfortunately. So I think he's got Lithomancer's Focus. That Dominator drone attack didn't make a lot of sense otherwise, so I think I'm just going to chump here. Ooh. Coastal Discovery is quite good. How badly do I need a Brood Monitor? I don't think I need one just yet. So I can tap out. They both make 6 mana, I guess, but I'm kind of looking for a removal. So use Kiora to untap green, play Brood Monitor, or play Coastal Discovery. I kind of want the Discovery, but maybe I play Brood Monitor first. Getting the body out there. Thing is, Discovery could find our second Bone Splinters or Vampiric Rites, which is pretty good. But I think we'll do Brood Monitor. That way my blocks on Blood Bond maybe get a little bit better. It's going to be able to be a 7/7? It's not easily killable. Anyway, I think we'll still do it. We're going to force him to play Lithomancer's Focus, and I don't want to do it at the cost of my Woodland Wanderer. Could just rip a Warcaller and be in insane shape too. So the plan is block with Gnarlid, Brood Monitor, and 2 Scions. Okay, he's not attacking it. He's starting to go on Kiora. Wow, Bloodbound Vampire is going to get big. It's okay. Alright, let's go land. Tap out. actually tap out, untap this swamp, play it on the untapped swamp. 2 lands. It's not really what I was looking for. Alright. So, I mean, we have a lot of draws that are pretty profitable here. Bone Splinters would not hurt either. Trade a Scion for a 7/7 would be nice. Alright, I'm okay with this. So, Transgress missing, which is good news. Kiora's still got a few turns left in her. She's soaking up some damage for us, which is good. So let's just play the Thrall. He knows about the lands already, so I guess we can play a land. Pass. Kiora's basically just buying us time at the moment. Do I have any other way to deal with besides Bone Splinters? I guess not. It's okay. So Swarm Surge to Drew Warcaller, Beastmasters. All pretty good. I guess medics have our Scions locked down fairly effectively. So Bone Spinners would be the ideal one. I still think we use Kiora to soak up as much time as possible. He already knows about the green mana, so we'll play that. So I could use Kiora's -2. If I use her +1, then I'm not going to be able to use the -2 next turn. But what creature am I looking for? Oh, well, I think I know that. Warcaller. I guess we'll use it. It basically... Oh, man. Well, I guess that wasn't going to be super good draws anyway. So we've got some pretty awesome draws that we can get here. Just a boatload of creatures out. Alright. I don't love it, but nothing to be done. So Bone Splinters would be the ideal one. Pump spells would be acceptable. Alright. Just playing it, setting up for a better Swarm Surge to Drew Warcaller, etc. Alright. Bit of a bummer, but unavoidable. Geez, Fertile Thicket? I guess. Yeah, I mean, there's just as good as chance that 9 cards down. All right, Stalwart, Beastmaster, Bone Splinter. So we're actually, the Bone Splinter is on the bottom, sucks, but we are closer to a Warcaller, which is good. Something we're probably going to need. But Bone Splinters was our one out for the Blood Bond. So that's a bit of a prob. But I guess we're also closer to a Swarm Surge. But at this point, Swarm Surge is not lethal, I don't think. Maybe it is, actually. No, I don't think it is. There's a Beastmaster. So let's say I play Beastmaster in land and swing with team. My opponent gets to block Pod. Well, he's got 4 blockers. So let's say he blocks my 4 biggest things, which are these 4, I guess. My opponent takes 14, 16, which is a pretty good swing. I think we're going to make it. But he eats my Brood Monitor. We're definitely playing Beastmaster. It sets up for a better Warcaller anyway. Let's play the land. So I think we swing with everything but a Blister Pod. So we have a blocker for Blood Bond Vamp. So let's say I attack with everything. He blocks Brood Monitor. Eats that. Or Gnarlid, probably Brood Monitor. And then takes... I still think it's correct. I think we got to do it like this. So this is leaving 2 guys back in case he's got removal. More surprised he'd rather take out the Gnarlid. Maybe he thinks we've got means to pump or something. I think Lithomancer's Focus is probably going to happen here. We'll see, though. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting. And that was, he's had that forever, by the way. We knew that when he was deciding on the attacks. So that's actually okay. If we rip a Warcaller now, I'm almost sure we're lethal. All right. Not quite there yet. I mean, am I supposed to be attacking? He has 4 blockers. I can attack with everything but like Beastmaster and a Blister Pod. I might have to just start attacking. I'm kind of running low on time, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not what I want to see, unfortunately. So let's say I swing with it. He's got 4 blockers. He kills this. Let's get in with... I think we got to get in. I don't like it, but I'm drawing too many lands. So I think we got to how many things am I going to connect with if I attack with everything except Blister Pod and Beastmaster? I'm going to have 9 attackers. He blocks 4 of them. He takes 5. That's really not enough. I think I need the Work Caller. I'm losing too much. I'm using a lot of time too. I understand, but like even Swarm Surge at this point, probably. I guess Swarm Surge even probably isn't lethal, huh? He's just got the life gain. It's unfortunate. I think Work Caller still likely does it. Maybe not, though. He's at 28, effectively. Voracious Null. Well, unfortunately, Voracious Null does not keep up with a Blood Bond Vamp. I don't think we have enough, unfortunately. So I guess we're dead next turn, unfortunately. Swarm Surge. So I play it. It's got 5 blockers. He's at 30 life. We're going to connect with 7, 8 guys, which means we can't deal enough. No, 7 guys. Okay, well, I guess I have to concede. It's unfortunate, but just one of those things. Just didn't draw what we needed fast enough, sadly. A lot of opportunities, but just couldn't put it together. All right, Plummet for a Griffin does not seem worth it. I could bring in the Demon's Grasp. I think everything we're running is probably fine. Yeah, I don't think we need anything else. A lot of opportunities there to draw and win. A lot of opportunities, like probably 8 turns worth, and we just didn't get it, so just not meant to be, unfortunately. All right, we'll play first. Yeah, we're going to keep this, definitely. We're going to put Swamp on top. We get a turn 3 Stalwart, 3/4, which is good. And like I said, sadly I've got to play quickly. Because I'm low on time. We're not exactly a beatdown deck. I don't like having to make quick decisions, but that was all game 1. So, no choice. Ooh, there's our War Caller we were looking for. Fortified Rampart. Yeah, it's pretty good against us, actually. Swarm Surge. All right. Still just hanging out. I guess it's a little bit dangerous to F6 in case he has removal for Stalwart. I really need to be able to sack it in response. So I'm just going to have to click or F2 or whatever. I never use F2. That just brings it to the next phase, right? Even F2 is too dangerous, isn't it? Myers Mouse. All right, so we'll dump this, and I think we'll dump Swarm Surge, which is fine. All right, so I could play to Drew Warcaller here, but doesn't really do a ton. I'd rather play the Beastmaster first into Warcaller. Guess it doesn't matter. Well, could have another Myers Mouse. How many more allies do I have? I don't really have time to be doing this, sadly. Sadly, I don't. Let's just... Well, yeah, let's pass. I guess Beastmaster into Warcaller makes more sense, because then my Stalwart and Beastmaster can attack into the Rampart, which I think makes more sense. Whereas if I play Warcaller, I can't attack into the Rampart with my Warcaller with the Beastmaster. Alright, that's fine. Slow and steady. Sadly. Sadly slow and steady since I'm low on time. All right. So this is why I couldn't... All right. Beastmaster into Warcaller. It's not bad. Get a second blue just in case. So if he transgresses us, I guess he gets a Warcaller, but it's okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate, sad, but nothing to be done. Just one of those unfortunate things. Guess I could have held the forest. I was just thinking I'd like to be able to keep Vampiric Rites up at some point. So now I guess I can go Warcaller Gnarlid, swing with Beastmaster. I think he's probably just going to take 8. That's an interesting chump. I mean, I think I'm going to start using Vampiric Rites here shortly. Actually, I guess I'd take it. I let him ingest. I didn't see anything that he needs processing for. I lost Kiora, which is kind of sad, but Kiora's not that busted here anyway. It would be card advantage, so it would actually have been good, but I think I'd still rather have the Gnarlid for swinging into his stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Woodland Wanderer is pretty awesome here. All right, let's go post-combat Wanderer. So let's play the land. Swing for 8. I'd take out the medic if he, yeah, that's fine. All right. So we can sack 2 guys now, which is good. He's in top deck mode, which is also good. Alright, Night Watch is a bit of a problem, but nothing to be done there. Could just sack the Gnarlid. I think I actually do that. Basically just, yeah, digging for that, essentially. That's also good. I can't swing with a 4/4 though, so I think we're just going to swing with these two. Play the Eyeless Watcher. Pass. We're going to draw some cards at the end of his turn. If he wants to get in with Night Watch, he's going to have to do it on his turn. And because we have Vampiric Rites, I think we can get past that. Oh yeah, he can just get the flight that way. We still can race a Night Watch. I don't think he can safely attack here. But maybe he goes for it anyway. Yeah, it's probably his only shot of winning, so I guess it makes sense. So we're going to sack Eyeless Watcher. And I think we're going to sack a Scion token too. Yeah. Now we go Sifter. And we'll go swing with Team here, I guess. Eyeless Watcher. Pass. Pretty confident we're going to be able to make it to game 3. Wouldn't mind if my opponent conceded here, though. Yeah, Courier Griffin buys him time, sadly. Still swinging, which is good news for us. All right. Vampiric Rites, sack the Eyeless Watcher, scry 1, Brood Monitor, yeah, we'll put that on top, gain our life. Alright, I think we're just going to be swinging for the fences here. Maybe not, I guess we can wait one more turn. Because after we play Brood Monitor this turn, then we can go Coastal Discovery and swing even more next turn. So he's got 2 blockers to our copious attackers. I'm running low on time. All right, thankfully he conceded. So we're going to game 3. All right. Yeah, Vampiric Rites did a ton for us there. I could bring in the Plummet. I don't know what I would take out for it. Swarm Surge was just... would have been insane there too, I guess, yeah. I think we got to keep everything the same. I really like the build we have. Actually, Voracious Snell might be a little bit underwhelming. Maybe I do want the 1 Plummet for that. I mean, he kills us with flyers, essentially, right? I think that is right. Let's bring in 1 Plummet. Take out the Voracious Null. Try this on for size. And I still have to make pretty quick decisions. Yeah, this is definitely a keep. This is actually a really nice hand. All 3 colors, a 1/2/3 drop. Opponent's mulling. I mean, opportunities are here. Brood Monitor's fine too. Miss the land drop. All right. This is our time to capitalize is now. Oh, he didn't miss his land drop. What am I talking about? He just didn't have his black mana, which might be telling, possibly. Oh, he did have black mana. No plays, though. All right, that's interesting. Let's go Sifter here, pre-combat. All right, we can have a turn 5 Brood Monitor, which is also pretty good. Courier Griffin, sure. I guess that stops the attack. Eyeless Watcher. All right, well, we'd rather play the Eyeless Watcher, so we'll do that. Pass. So next turn we have Brood Monitor, which is pretty good. If we get Malice, it's not that bad, actually. All right, Rampart's not a big deal. Ooh, Beastmaster. Yeah, I think we want to do that. That's pretty good. Actually, let's set it up with Brood Monitor. Just make, well, but then we can get Malice. I guess either way we can get Malice, so I'll just play the Brood Monitor. The problem is, I think it actually makes more sense here. Oh, I don't have the green mana? Well, I guess we will go Beastmaster then. Ooh, that's on top. He can eat one of our Scion tokens. I'll live with that. So yeah, now if he Myers Malices us, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why people block the Watchers in front instead of the Scion tokens. That doesn't make sense to me. I see that a lot though. All right, it's actually really good for him. Sadly, but that's okay. So he blocks 2 guys and still takes a lot of damage, I think. Still going to play the Beastmaster here. He blocks 2 guys. Maybe I do wait. Yeah, let's wait. Ah, but I can get Myers Maliced. I'm concerned about that. I'm not going to let myself get Maliced. This might have been a mistake. I think I played too quickly and screwed up, but that's okay. So he could have blocked there, blocked here, taken 5. Yeah, that's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. We're getting to Oron Reef Invoker range anyway. Yeah, it's not what I wanted to see, but that's okay. So he didn't have Myers Malice. Probably could have just played around it, but it's just one of those in retrospect things. All right, next turn I can get in with everything. My opponent's in at least some trouble. Yeah, Deathless Behemoth's really not what I wanted to see, but that's okay. Let's just get a Warcaller and end this. Or Swarm Surge. There you go. All right. So let's say I play Swarm Surge and swing with everything. My opponent's got 3 blockers. Block, block, block. Still takes, absolutely takes lethal. Plus I can even pump Invoker. Yeah, my opponent's not going to survive this. All right, got there, thankfully. Definitely made some mistakes there in the end. I certainly played quickly, I admit. Well, it's only a mistake in retrospect. If I'd played the Brood Monitor, I wouldn't have been able to play the Brood Monitor because I didn't have the double green. So that means I would have had to hold Beastmaster and Brood Monitor. We know my opponent had Myers Mouse in his deck. If he hit a Beastmaster and a Brood Monitor, that would have been a huge deal. But I just, I didn't want to sit and ponder on the pros and cons of waiting, you know? All right, let's go to round 2.